All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome. How's everybody doing? We are on a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Yes, in the United States here, we have big family celebration, eat a bunch of food, have a good time, but that's tomorrow. Today, we've got good trading in crypto, recovery from the last 2 days of retrace dips, not a crash. Some of you guys were all worried, oh, Dogecoin's crashing. No, we're still in our range here. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at comparisons between coins, comparisons with how coins have traded in the past, particularly Dogecoin, the 4-year cycles again, because you guys need to hear it again. 4-year cycles doesn't necessarily mean it's going to trade this way going forward, but there's still good things coming up for Dogecoin. And we're going to zoom out a bit in the charts. Instead of all zoomed in and focused on the little bit of trading that we've been doing for the past few days, we're going to zoom out and look a little bit at a bigger picture as well. And so I'm going to go through a little bit of history, cycles, and some projections going forward based on that. And then we'll do some comparisons between Doge and some other coins. And then we'll get into the chat, take your requests, and do all of that as well. So let me drop down here in the corner and wish everyone a Thanksgiving Eve for those who celebrate. And for those who don't, Thursday, I will not have a live stream, but I probably have a video coming out in the morning, and then we'll be live again next on Friday. So what is going on with Doge? We're back over 40 cents. Awesome. Back over 40 cents, green candle. So that's good. And we are just kind of trading in this horizontal range now, which isn't too bad after following this huge pump. What does that huge pump mean? Well, if we look at the monthly chart, now remember, I told you, right? Everything was going to go forward looking at the fall of 2024, particularly October, November, and December. And that was over a year ago. And if you watch my video this morning, I showed you a little bit of my price prediction, a video I made back in September of 2023. And I predicted Bitcoin to 100K and Dogecoin would be over 26 cents at that time. That's what I said. And of course, Doge was 6 cents at the time. And here we are, even greater. And look at this month of November now, 150%. Dogecoin is up 150% in Moonvember. Yeah, November, Moonvember. Awesome. We had 41% in October. We had 12% in September. These 3 months together, Dogecoin has outperformed almost every other cryptocurrency over the past 3 months, which I called at the beginning of September. Well, I basically said Dogecoin is going to outperform Bitcoin, but it's pretty much outperformed just about everything else over these 3 months. Very dynamic, very incredible, but 150% in November. Nobody was predicting that. I knew there would be a run after the election, but not this big of a run, which is why my December price prediction video got like totally overtaken by what actually happened. But Sunday I will have my December price prediction video, and I'll put myself out there again, and maybe I'll be a little more bullish this time. We learn, right? We learn as we go along. We learn what's going on overall right now for the day. Like everything's in the green except for peanut. right? Peanuts falling off, like we looked at yesterday. This was a big red bubble yesterday, another red one today. And if you're in peanuts still, I don't know what to say. I told you last week, it was just like, it looks like that's peaked and it's going to be selling off, and it has been. So, I mean, it's just been selling off, selling off, selling off. So be careful about these tokens. I keep talking about these tokens. Had a thing on Twitter today, some of you guys may have seen, about this Department of Government Efficiency token, also called Doge. Stupid thing. And just like, it's confusing to investors. You call it Doge. There's only one Dogecoin. That's the Doge. Stuff like that. Just putting it out there, keeping it real. Dogecoin is the one. So let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin bull market, far from over. That's right. We do the 4-year cycles again. 2016, 2020, we had big runs in Bitcoin after a little chop. So we had the initial run, we had some chop, and then we had full bull market. 2016 into 2017. Same thing, 2020 into 2021. Initial run, then some chop, and then up we go. And here's where we are now in 2024. Had this initial run and then chop. And this chop is very reminiscent of the chop from 2020, a little bit more elongated than what we had 2016. But what's to come? What's to come? We don't know exactly, but if you look at the 4-year cycles, it's going higher. We have got Dima James Potts talking about Dogecoin. And this is looking at in a little more detail of cycle 2. Again, we've got the 3 cycles. We talked about that this morning. This was, where's the 3 cycles? This one right here, 3 cycles. This is what we covered this morning in the video. 3 cycles. Cycle 1, 2016 into 2017. Cycle 2, 2020 into 2021. And we are now in cycle 3. And each cycle has had, after an initial run, we've had 2 pumps. Initial run, 2 pumps. And are we in that initial run yet? Even we might be up to 48 cents. You might say this has been the initial run. This was printed actually in September before we went up to 48 cents. So I'd say we've had the initial run. And that's what I said this morning too. I think we've got 2 more runs to go in this cycle. So looking just at cycle 2 to cycle 3 now in more detail, we can look at that first run up there and then some chop. And so that's what we are in cycle 3 now. We've had that first run up. We've touched 48 cents, now hanging around 40 cents. And here's where we are. These additional 2 runs are yet to come for Doge. So that is setting up for huge breakout again and higher prices for Dogecoin. JD, saying the same thing. Now he's tying it to the presidential elections, and the presidential elections have been those points where Dogecoin has rocketed up in price. And we've only had just that beginning price. Now, he posted this on October 18th. So this was before the election. He posted this. But he was predicting Dogecoin was going to go much higher. And again, it's a series of runs that happen. Initial run, second leg, third leg. Initial run, second leg, third leg. Now we've had the presidential election. We've had that initial run. This is from what we just had. Again, we're up 150% for Moonvember, right? November. This is just the first leg, I believe, of what could be 2 more very dynamic legs for Dogecoin. We've got Alan, trader tardigrade. Again, same thing, looking at Dogecoin's history, 2016 into 2017, 2020 into 2021. And here we are, 2024. We've had the first breakout candle, and there's 2 more to come. 2 more huge breakouts to come. Where that price takes us, we don't know. Again, I've been talking about the law of diminishing returns, that we now have this huge market cap on Doge, and that we shouldn't expect an 8,000% gain again this cycle. But when you're looking at 12% in September, 41% in October, and already up 150% in November, what's stopping it? I mean, what's stopping it right now? So the charts are just the charts, right? We've looked at the history. We know where Doge is trading now. We know there's a lot of interest in Doge. Some of you are new here. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I've been here since 2021. I knew a little bit about Doge in 2020, but hadn't bought in yet until that first candle in 2021. January 28th, when I bought a bag of Dogecoin at 2 cents. That was my initial purchase. And here we are, 2024. A lot of you buying Dogecoin at 38 cents, 37 cents. And you're wondering, did I buy too high? And I'm like, I think we got a long ways to go here. I think we got a long ways to go. We've got this guy, Peppa, Doge, printing millionaires since its inception. Printing millionaires. And how is it done? Sweep through the bear market, ride up the bull. Sweep through the bear market, ride through the bull. We just went through the bear market. We had an initial jump back in March, and then we just survived the summer, and now here we go. And then, of course, this morning's video was based off of this chart. Again, we are in cycle 3 of Doge, and the best is yet to come. So that's what I start with. We also have comparisons. Let's first look at this. So these fractals. So a lot of people are comparing how like Bitcoin traded 1 year ago in November, December. And there are these, this is a fractal of how Bitcoin traded back in November 2023 that we're looking at there. And with that fractal, we can place it pretty much over what Bitcoin has done here, and it's pretty darn close. It's pretty close. Now, with that, we could probably see some Bitcoin chop below 100K, possibly till the middle of December, before Bitcoin eventually breaks above it. That would mimic the trading we had a year ago. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to follow that exactly, but that is how Bitcoin traded 1 year ago. If you look at that sort of mound and then the dip, which we just had in Bitcoin, that this is what we could see. Dogecoin, if we look at their fractal from a year ago, they also had, following Bitcoin generally, a rise up in the price and then a dip. And Dogecoin from there just went up. It just went up. So we could see 50 cents here by the first or second week of December. And that's without the big God candles that I just showed. That's not even the big run. This would be consistent with the support Dogecoin has and the Dogecoin trading going forward, is this kind of move. So we will watch that. We will watch that. And that is one kind of comparison that you can do when you're looking at how Dogecoin might trade going forward is, well, there is some rhyme here with just about a year ago and how Dogecoin traded. So that's weird, Flo. Very weird. And so we can also look at some websites that do comparison with Dogecoin's performance. For instance, we can look at Dogecoin over the past month here, and then we can say, well, let's compare it with Bitcoin on this chart. This is pretty cool. We can look at Bitcoin. Let's just do BTC. We'll look at Bitcoin. And we'll see, of course, as we know, Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin by over 100%. Dogecoin is outperforming Bitcoin so far. This is how Dogecoin is trading. And I know on the dip that we just had, Bitcoin went down like 8%, but Dogecoin went down 16%. And we've talked about that. That's what happens when we have pullbacks. Dogecoin always pulls back harder. But what happens when things turn around and prices start going back up again? Dogecoin goes up at a higher percentage than Bitcoin. And so this is what we've seen. I mean, Bitcoin's hitting all-time highs here on this blue line. And what's Doge doing? Doge is outperforming Bitcoin on a percentage basis, as predicted. But we can look at other coins too. I mean, we can look at, for instance, Cardano. Cardano's done very well. Pretty even right now. Cardano kind of caught up here last week. And so Cardano and Dogecoin over the past month, that's pretty even. And we can look at just about any cryptocurrency. So we'll be looking at that as well as comparisons. There's also a comparison chart that you can look at on CoinMarketCap, because a lot of you probably use CoinMarketCap. And you can click on Dogecoin here. Boop, 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 boop. And you can pretty much do the same thing as this ET Economic Times website does that I was referring to. You can just go to the monthly, and then you can say you compare with, and you can compare it. Let's compare it with ETH. ETH is way down here. ETH is way down here, not even close to Dogecoin's performance. So this is another website you can use, kind of see how two different cryptos have been trading against each other. Yeah, we can look at, let me refresh this, and we can compare it to XRP, sure. Let's let that go again. We can go monthly, we can go yearly, you can go all time, and you can say, yeah, let's compare it to XRP. Now, XRP has caught up here last week because XRP just went on a big run, but it's pretty close over the past month now, Doge versus XRP. But you go back 2 months and Dogecoin, again, has outperformed everything because Dogecoin is up 40%, 41% in October and 150% in November, which just about blows everything else out of the water. So that's where we start. Again, we're zoomed out. We're looking at a daily chart instead. We want to get a bigger picture of how things are trading. And just very quickly, we can see there's these blue dashed lines. And we made most of these during the pullback on Monday, right? On Monday, we were looking at buy-in prices. Sunday, the live stream is all about healthy pullbacks, why pullbacks are healthy, wiping out leverage, all of that. So we've lived through that now. Over 2.5 days, we've lived through that. Monday was like buy-in prices, right? Tuesday was recovery. And here we are on Wednesday, and now we're moving back up. So these blue lines were our price targets. And just about every coin, from Dogecoin to Bitcoin to even ETH, and look at ETH today. Like ETH is rocketing up now, but we did hit our price target. So if you were looking to get into ETH over the past 2 days, I identified a good price target for buying. So this was the time to buy on these dips before things started moving up. That's what we talked about, right? That's what Monday was all about. And Tuesday morning, we had a little bit bigger of a dip. So if it didn't hit your price target on Monday, it hit it on Tuesday morning. So if you had set a limit order, you would have bought ETH right at 3,300, and now ETH is at 3,600, and it's moving up. So we will talk more about that as well as we go forward. But I've got these lines on just about every chart here. Again, Cardano pulled back to 93 cents. It even dipped even lower, 90, 89, 88. Now it's back up over $1 and it's moving up. This is the theme across crypto right now, except for some of those, what I call stupid meme tokens, because that's just what I called them today. Every time Kriss comes on, we moon. Well, the past 2 days, we weren't doing so great. But it was a pullback. Healthy pullback, right? I'm not day trading. No, Alan, I do not day trade. I've never day traded crypto. I've done a little bit in stocks a number of years ago. Now I still do some occasional stock swing trading. And I do the occasional, very occasional swing trading of crypto, but only with a small part of my portfolio. Can I just stay on 24/7? I wish I could. I wish I could. That would be fun, right? Oh, are we flying, Chef? It looks like it. I mean, if you look at these charts of what's coming up, if we mimic anything close to how Doge performed the last 2 cycles, this cycle 3 here, this cycle 3 is going to be something glorious. Not to say that January 20th is going to be any special day, but that one has a big target on it for that inauguration day. We'll be watching that. We'll be watching that, that's for sure. So, Raju, thank you. Appreciate it. Is it going to the moon right now? Nope. Right now, we're still in this sideways channel here. We've had that first leg up of what I think is a big 3-leg pump. More to come. More to come. Carl, you were in LA once acting alone, but on Thanksgiving Day, you talked with some people and they invited you into their home to celebrate. Isn't that a nice story? For the most part, Americans are very friendly. I think there's a little bit more reluctance on some Americans' part now to be as friendly because of events that are going on around the country now. I think post-COVID has kind of walled some people off a little bit, but it's a beautiful thing to see, isn't it, Inside Corners? Switch kryptonite, 70 cents by New Year. Wow, if we could get up there. I'm thinking 50s and 60s, but I have my December and end of year price prediction video coming out on Sunday, December 1st. So watch for that. Derek, is Doge worth holding for another cycle or two? Bitcoin could have a super cycle. Bitcoin may not see the same kind of pullback as we saw in previous cycles. So here's our 4-year cycle chart from Rob at Digital Asset News. And we saw, after the big run up in 2013, we saw a big bear market right into like the fourth quarter of 2015. Again, 2017, all-time high, big bear market in 2018. 2021, all-time high, 2022, big bear market. And this was like Luna, Voyager, Celsius, FTX, right? All those crashes happened, which did not help things in 2022. The price of Bitcoin may not have gone down as much if those things had not happened, but they happened, and the price did what it did. Each of these previous pullbacks were like over 80% from the high, 80%, 80%. This one that we had here was about 75 or something like that percent from all-time high to the $15,600 Bitcoin price that we had late November, early December, whenever that was. There's no guarantee that that's going to continue again either. We could continue a super cycle because of all of the spot ETFs, the institutional buying, all of that behind Bitcoin, it may not have as big of a pullback. There would probably be some. There's going to be profit taking along the way, but that institutional buying could continue to overtake any buying on a larger scale as we hear about more and more countries that may want to do Bitcoin reserves, right? So buying more Bitcoin and having it on reserve. States, individual states are talking about it. We've got insurance companies talking about it. We've got private companies talking about it, and some actually doing it already. But now they're buying Bitcoin at $97,000 is what they're doing. They're talking about it at 97,000, not buying Bitcoin down here at like 67,000 where we were a month ago. Now it's 97,000. So, yeah, BTC is creeping up, isn't it? 97.2. Is it going to make another run to 100K? We like lovely green candles before Thanksgiving. How long to hold Doge realistically? Gorilla, that's up to you. Again, I'm just talking about taking some profit. I'm not selling all of my Dogecoin. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know how Dogecoin is going to be used and how the adoption is going to happen with Dogecoin in the future. It may have these two legs, and then it has another leg go up because something happens. I don't think Dogecoin being used on X payments is going to happen directly anytime soon. We may have a big pump on Doge, and it's not even on X yet. That could happen a year from now. We don't know. And if you sell all your Dogecoin because you think that's the top, again, it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. You can sell some, take some profit, and keep the rest in the game because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, Doge was just at 47 cents when Bitcoin was at 99 last week. And now Doge is at 40 with Bitcoin at 97. Again, that pullback was bigger on Dogecoin than Bitcoin. Bitcoin went down 8% and Doge went down 16%. So at any point in time, Rocky, you can find those kinds of correlations that might be off. But again, once this starts mooning up again, Dogecoin will again outperform Bitcoin. No, I just have this channel, Alan. Not going to do a swing trade. So I'm saying 2 additional pumps. Yes, true. Look at my video from this morning. My video from this morning. I think I heard in a previous stream that you're not a fan of XRP, was thinking of buying some. Again, J Tippers, I just say do your research on the total supply of XRP. You can go into CoinMarketCap here and you can look at XRP. I'm not saying that XRP is not going to perform well because XRP is now $1.50. I didn't think it would be this high this soon. Thought it would take longer. But you look at like the total supply here, 100 billion XRP, but how many are circulating right now? 57 billion, or just a little over half of the XRP tokens are actually in circulation. And this number goes up at no set intervals. It's not like Dogecoin where it's being given to miners as awards for validating transactions on a blockchain. No, XRP's supply goes up whenever the Ripple company mints more new tokens to pay themselves, to pay their lawyers or whatever. That's what happens. So again, do your research. Hey, Josh, thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Cranberry sauce. Oh, I wish I liked cranberry sauce, but I don't, man. I'm not a cranberry sauce fan, but we are going to have turkey. We're going to have sweet potatoes. We've got corn, zucchini, carrots, got some gravy, got some rolls, got some pumpkin pie for dessert. It's going to be a nice feast tomorrow. That's for sure. But yeah, not cranberry sauce. This is not my thing. Sorry. Not my thing. Excited for the Sunday video. It's going to be a good one. Not like any of my other videos aren't, but because this morning's was a really good video. But yeah. Doge is a household name. Dogecoin. It's out there. It's being unleashed as we go. Thanksgiving last year, or no, 2020 Thanksgiving had a bad pullback. Yes. But I'm not expecting that this year. We just had a pullback. That in 2020 was after a big run up. So all these questions about selling Doge. I don't know, Ali. Yeah, I mean, you got to decide if you want to do that kind of selling thing. I don't play that game, and I'm in a bigger picture. And what I just showed you with all these charts is we're way down here. If you follow the 4-year cycles, and why you would sell Dogecoin at 45, 42 cents, I don't know. Bigger picture. And what's going on? Bigger picture. If Bitcoin has a cap, would the price per coin ever reflect that cap number, Drew? Yeah, it has nothing to do with it. No. And Bitcoin isn't going to reach that cap for another 100 years. So that's way out there. Will one Bitcoin be $21 million in 2140 or whatever year that is? I don't know. Yes, Frank, Dogecoin is more than just a meme. Yep. Get some Doge while it's on sale. The coming Trump period could be a full bull run for 4 years. I still think there'll be some pullbacks, but Hedera H-bar could be a better choice for large organizations to adopt, faster and cheaper and all that, but it's not Bitcoin. There's only one Bitcoin, the OG, the king, all of that. It's Bitcoin. Not that Hedera is not going to do bad. H-bar is going to do very well, but yeah, XRP, centralized garbage. I agree, Jake. So somewhere along the way, Senator, we'll see how the rest of my cryptos are doing and how my overall portfolio is looking dollar-wise, with my goal of buying a nice house for cash, getting out of mortgage, all of that. And then we'll see how much is left over with my Doge. Maybe 50% of it. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, yeah, crypto taste. Everything is booming right now. We're having a nice run right now. So a nice run. You're welcome. Don't mind talking about it. Yeah, we covered yesterday this so-called ETF, the Dogecoin ETF, which is really an ETP launched in Sweden. So we have the first one, the first exchange-traded product where investors can buy Dogecoin without actually buying the coin itself, but they buy the ETP, and then the parent company needs to buy the Dogecoin to have on hand that matches the ETP buyings, just like the Bitcoin ETF that we all hear about. BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, all of them, they have to keep buying Bitcoin as more and more people buy that ETF, which is, again, actually an ETP. So, yep, and a big freaking turkey. We don't have a big turkey this year. We got a small one. Because too much leftover turkey just becomes too many turkey sandwiches and all of that. So we got a smaller one this year. Did somebody say Moonvember? Moonvember, yes. Look at this, 152% now. Yes, for the month, Dogecoin is up 152%. I would call that Moonvember. Absolutely. Absolutely. What is Thanksgiving Day from Russia? So Thanksgiving Day is sort of our yearly remembrance of us in the 1600s when we were colonists coming over from England. So we were initially British coming over from England, and there were a lot of Native Americans. We called them Indians at the time because initially we thought, well, when the Spaniards came over on ships in like the 1400s, when they landed on the Americas, they thought it was actually India. And they didn't realize that there was a whole nother continent, land continent between Asia and Europe. Guess what? There was a North America and a South America. Surprise. But there were a lot of indigenous people, which we called the Indians here, and they were fighting us because we were trying to take land that they had owned for years, but through a number of series of events, decided to get along with them better, let's say. And there are stories about like ceasefire, like let's share some food together. And so the Thanksgiving is a remembrance of those events where we shared food between the Native Americans and the colonists. Yeah, Leif Erikson knew from going north out of Scandinavia by Iceland, Greenland, and he sort of mapped out at least parts of Canada. So he knew. The Spaniards didn't know. So little history there. You're welcome, Blue Horse. Keeping it real here. Keeping it real here, but we can still enjoy good pumps, though. We can still enjoy good pumps. But now, yes, today, as Stacy says, we spend the day with our family, we eat, we be thankful. It's a national holiday, so nobody has to work. The stock market's closed, but crypto keeps trading. Generally, for crypto, it's pretty mild, although, again, 2020, there was a big crash in Thanksgiving. Someone called it like the Thanksgiving massacre. I just don't see that happening right now. Santiago asks, how do I join your community? Well, first you subscribe. That's always good. Subscriptions are good. Like buttons are good too. Thank you, Jason. But if you want to join the channel and be like some of those that have their names in green in the chat and use these custom emojis, then you go to my YouTube channel, and right under my face here, you'll see a thing called Our Members. And over to the right, there's this button called Join, and you join the channel there. That's how you do it. Imagine if Doge really took off like a rocket. Yeah. I still have my rocket here. The rocket is still on the chart here. Haven't moved it yet. We're still going sideways a bit. So Pepe is on steroids. What's Pepe doing? I haven't seen Pepe today. It's not doing much. It's still kind of drifting down from that big, huge gain that it had up to 25, and it's at 20 now, which, yeah, recovering from that dip that almost came down and hit our price target, which was at 17. We almost got it with Pepe. Yep. Again, we're zoomed out on our charts today. We're not going to get into all the details. We're on the daily, so we can see back like the last 2 months of trading. Give us some perspective again, where, here we were back on October 3rd, and Doge was 10 cents. That's right there. 10-cent Doge. Just less than 2 months ago. 10-cent Doge. We're not going back to 10 cents. We're like, see what's happening with Doge now. A lot of support, a lot of anticipation. What's going on with the Department of Government Efficiency? What's going to happen with Dogecoin with its increasing adoption? That's all huge for Doge. The stock exchange and NASDAQ are closed on Thursday, Drew, but not Friday. Friday, they will be open for trading again. I do not hold any XLM. Again, XLM just kind of follows XRP. It's done very well last week. I get it, right? XLM, stellar, huge run, but I don't own any. Doge Runner, you mentioned earlier to completely exit crypto around March 2025. No, I did not say that. And certainly not all your Doge, considering what might be in the pipes with X, which could be anytime after March 2025. Yes, I did say that. I said profit taking. I didn't say sell all your crypto in March, right? I said expect some profit taking to be happening March, April. We'll see how things trade, where the pumps are, what's happening. My personal, so I didn't tell you guys what to do, but my personal plan is to be out of all of my crypto except Doge, Bitcoin, and SUI. Those are the three I'm going to keep. Everything else I'm selling because I have another plan, and it's outside of investing in crypto. It's buying a big house. So that's my plan, and I plan to do that this summer, maybe late spring. We'll see. We'll see how the markets go. But that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, Isaac, I'm kind of ignoring Momtaz right now. It's not very helpful chats. So I'm just ignoring it. Peak. Yes, big boy. Did you see Peak? Peak went on a run, guys. Here's the Peak chart. For you guys who don't know what Peak is this new coin, and look what it's done. It went up to 35 cents this morning, pulled back to about 32 now, but look at that. That is a beautiful chart. And we identified 25 cents as that price target, and yesterday it dumped down back to 25 cents exactly right there. And now moving up. This is a new coin. You can buy it on crypto.com. I have a link right here in the description below on crypto.com where you can buy this. It's not on Binance yet. It's not on Coinbase yet, but it is a new DePIN blockchain project that just launched its coin on November 12th. I bought it back over here on like the 14th at 28 cents. It continued to dip further, and that dip was all airdrops. There were airdrops that happened, and some of those airdrop holders who don't have a long-term vision or view were selling. And that selling happened for a week. Bottomed out at about 18 cents here on Friday, and look what it's done since. It's turning around, gaining momentum back. Anda is very happy with Peak, and anybody else who bought into Peak, you're probably doing better than I am, but I'm now in the green too on it, and I think this thing's just getting started. Again, not listed on Binance or Coinbase yet, but it's not a meme token. It's an actual blockchain project, and you can do your own research on it if you want. So, and you decide if you want to buy it. I just was responding to Tina and a couple others who were asking about how can I find out about new crypto projects? And I said, outside of pump.fun and all those slew of meme tokens that are created, thousands every day, I found this one. And I said, well, here's one. And so your source is me, although I'm not telling you to buy. I just told you what I did, and I bought some of this. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that's Peak. Again, you can buy that on crypto.com. Use my link in the description below. You get up to $100 of deals based on putting enough fiat on the exchange, doing enough trading, maybe getting a credit card. You want to get a credit card that has awards given in Crow tokens, so you get crypto rewards for just using the card. Pretty awesome deal. Happy Thanksgiving, RKT. Steve A, after watching what might be every Doge streamer, you're the best. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Happy Thanksgiving as well. What do you believe Doge would reach in 5 years? I'm not looking out in 5 years right now yet. 5 years, we'll be in another bull run, but got a long ways to go. So anything out there is just guessing. Yes. Not only is ETH pumping, guys, not only is ETH pumping, but as ETH pumps like this, in Bitcoin, yeah, a little bit, but not huge. What does that mean for Bitcoin dominance? It just keeps going down. Now, if you guys remember, I predicted this on Bitcoin dominance. This was my chart, remember? And I predicted back here, this is just last Friday, I drew this line during the live stream. And I said, what's Bitcoin dominance going to do from here? And I said, based on that little run and then the retrace there, I said from here, I'll zoom in a little bit more for you guys. I said from here, this is what I think Bitcoin dominance is going to do. And I drew this live on Friday. And I said, it'll go down, it'll come up, it'll go down lower, it'll come up, and it'll go down lower. You can't make this up. It's almost followed my line exactly. Exactly. Look at that. You can't make that up. I did not just draw this line. I drew it Friday, and you can go back and you can look at my Friday live stream, and you can see me drawing this. And that's almost exactly what it did. Look at that. Again, it just shows this rotation again from Bitcoin to ETH and then to all the alts. We'll do large cap and small cap alts. Those are the 4 phases. Bitcoin's going to keep knocking its head at 100K. What's going to happen? Investors are going to be selling some Bitcoin and rotating it at ETH. And that's what's happening with ETH now. Look at ETH just moving up. For those that were saying ETH is dead, ETH is, nope. And I didn't sell my ETH. I kept my ETH. It's still staked. I'm still earning ETH with my staking. And now the ETH payoff comes, as well as the other large blockchains. I mean, Algorand, look what Algorand has done. I mean, just up. It's just been up. These are good projects that have been beaten down in the bear market, and now they're coming back. It's crypto. You just got to give some of these things time. Let's give them some. I look at the Algorand on the daily. It's like explosion. And this is just from election day to now. Algorand is up 177%. At that same time, Dogecoin is up 174%. It's about the same for Algo. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Gobble, gobble, everyone. Thank you, Teodoro. Carl, crypto is as revolutionary as the internet. A lot of people are comparing it. This whole digital asset thing is kind of like the internet from the 1990s. It was a new thing, and we're still really early in cryptocurrencies. We're still early. We don't know the adoption that's going to happen with cryptocurrency, but it is kind of like the early days of the internet. Yes. When ETH breaks 4K, that's when the party starts, boys. Adam, that is definitely true. And ETH is just keep going up right now. Keep going up. Jason, as a reminder to hit the like button. Thank you. Life is great, Ashley. Living the good life right now. Again, this is bull market time. Some people getting shaken out by dips, and I'm just like, look at the bigger picture, zoom out, read the news, see what's going on, watch KrissPax. Right? Did I tell anybody to sell? No. Michael, just subscribe. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Isaac has given another gift today. Thank you, Isaac. Who won today's free membership? Thought Signal. Thought Signal gets the membership. Thank you, Thought Signal. You can now be cool. Have a check mark next to your name in green in the chat. You can use the fun Doge emojis. Nice. Did Amazon buy $250 million of Bitcoin? I didn't know that. I don't know if it's a Thanksgiving massacre this year, Bilbo. That's tomorrow, but I don't see it happening. Jay, Doge making a comeback? Looking pretty good. Again, not moving as much as like ETH, but again, we talked about those phases, right? Bitcoin to ETH. Now the ETH phase is happening. And not only is it ETH, but it's a lot of these others that are associated with ETH, like Arbitrum. So we have Arbitrum moving up big. We have Optimism. Optimism is moving up big. And those are all layer 2s on ETH. And so they're moving up very well. You're up 150%. Can't complain. It's a lot better than the stock market, isn't it, Rocky? A lot better than the stock market. Haven't taken any profit. You're targeting 60 cents. I'm targeting 60 cents too for my next little slice. We will see. Jesus Follower asks about Doge OS. Yes, MyDoge is releasing a Doge OS layer on top of Dogecoin. I thought initially this was just going to be for the NFTs called Doginals. So they're actually sitting on a layer 2 and not actually embedded on the blockchain, which was my biggest criticism when the Doginals were first made, because it really mucked up the blockchain. The fees went up, the transaction times went up. It wasn't good. But now with generally a layer 2 on top of the Dogecoin blockchain, you can have a lot of fun on that and you're not mucking up the blockchain. So I like that. I guess you can also build dApps and other things on top of it. I'm not quite sure yet. We're waiting for it to get released before we find out everything about it. But it sounds promising to me. We'll see. Yeah, stocks are going to be trading half day Friday, I believe, not the full day. I do hold ADA. Yes, I've got a bag of Cardano. Very excited for this move back up to $1. Came back and retraced down to like 90, 89 cents. Now moving back up over $1. That's pretty good. Michael Mike asks, why SUI or SUI? So SUI is a blockchain that is actually outperforming Solana and other blockchains in terms of its transaction times, settlement, and all of that. It has a lot of heavy VCs around it, supporting it. And again, it was another one you could get in early before, like if you ever wanted to get into ETH when it started or get into Solana when it started. SUI. So I recognized it 6 months ago. SUI was like the number 62, 62nd largest coin on CoinMarketCap, like 6 months ago. And now in the rankings, SUI is up to number 18 now. It's number 18, just under a $10 billion market cap. And I said at that time, I believe this coin could become a top 10 cryptocurrency. And so I've enjoyed the run up from 62 to 18, and I think it's going to keep moving up. We'll see how that plays out. But so we've been watching SUI. We've been talking about it for the last few months, and it's been performing pretty well. Almost touched $4. Again, retraced back almost down to $3. So what a great buying opportunity there from 4 to 3. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Mr. Cheyenne, not taking any profit. I also want to FHA and buy a home, my dream, my whole life. Taz, you're buying a house with me? That would be a surprise. I'll show that one because that one's funny. That is going to be funny. So, but Sherry, if you have to decide if you're going to buy, so you've got to decide. Peanut. I've been talking about Peanut for the last 5 days, hype. You do not want to be in this coin, or token, I should say. You don't want to be in this thing. And this is what I said it was going to do. And it's almost played out exactly. I don't remember exactly when I drew. Let me go to the 4 hour. You can see it a little better. I don't remember exactly when I drew this. It was probably during the first dip. And I said, the way this meme token is trading, most likely it's going to do 1, 2, 3, and it's going to lose more than half of its value. And it's playing out almost exactly like that. It's now down to $1. It was up here over $2. Profit taking. People are taking their profits out of this thing. If you're still in it, I don't know what to say. But that's Peanut. And that's what happens with meme tokens that don't have continuous support. And this was one of those. And we've seen that with others as well. There was MOG, right? MOG popped into the top 100 and then dropped out. A bunch of others have done the same thing. Does that mean they won't come back? I don't know. Maybe they will, but chances are probably not. For those just joining, we started looking at comparisons with how Doge has traded before, and we use this fractal here and said that a lot of the trading that's happening with Dogecoin right now is very similar to just 1 year ago. And if Dogecoin continues this, that means there's going to be a trend upwards into December where we could get up to 48.50 cents right here. So I'll be covering this more on Sunday morning when I do my December and revised end of year price prediction for Dogecoin. So that's where we started. We also looked at Bitcoin and a fractal on Bitcoin from a year ago. And this would suggest Bitcoin might have trouble getting over 100K into December and then eventually breaking up. Now, would there then be a sell-off that maybe would drop it back below? That's something to keep an eye on. Again, this is how Bitcoin traded 1 year ago. Could we be mimicking that? Just some food for thought. I have not looked at Bonk yet, Steve. Let's see what Bonk looks like. Again, we're zoomed out a little more. We're looking at a bigger picture here. So Bonk, we suggested that at 0.00004, you should take profit, or you should, buy in, right? And it didn't hit it on Monday, but it did Tuesday morning. It hit 0.00004. It's now up to 44. So starting to recover. Again, this just went on this huge run up. Again, day before the election, it went up 240%. Dogecoin went up 170, but Bonk went up 240. But then we have the pullback for Bonk from 59 down to 40, and that was a 32% pullback. Again, Dogecoin's was 16, maybe 20, and Bonk's was 32. So that was a great time to buy some Bonk right there. And we identified the target, and it hit that target exactly. That's Bonk. Isaac's going to do some twerking when Doge hits $1. Unfortunately, we can't see your end, so we're going to miss it. But you tell us. You tell us. Where do you find info about new listed coins like Peak? Great question, Enqui. Where did I first hear about Peak? It might have been on the Crypto.com app and together with something I saw on X. So the two of those things combined together piqued my interest, so to speak. Piqued my interest in Peak. It's hard to find coins like that because most of the new stuff is all crap. It's meme tokens. So it's hard to find. 43rd birthday, Wile E. Coyote. Can't wait till January 20th. Awesome. Awesome. Peak does have a lot more supply to enter the market, yes, and you know that going in. But so does just about every other token that has started in the last couple of years, from Celestia to Arbitrum. They all have token unlocks that happen. And Peak does the same thing. So you know that going in, but again, it just got launched. So yes, I'm comparing only the last 30 days right now, Ryan. That's what I'm doing today. Yesterday, we were doing different types of comparisons, but just, again, this is just today. This is what we're looking at. Thank you, Gary. Hey, Carl. Sheeb is going to rock. I think so, Anthony. Sheeb is going to rock. Not yet, though. It's still kind of hanging out. Has not begun that move yet. I mean, look at ETH's big move. Nice big green God candle forming on ETH. But Sheeb, not really much. Not doing much yet. Yeah, Rob, I'll continue to give my non-financial advice. I will continue to do that. Will Peak go higher than Doge? Impossible to compare the two, Gary. It's a completely different thing. But sure. Michael Jackson joined the channel. So. I know, I thought you passed away, folks. Happy Thanksgiving, Sally's Dream. Thank you. I know you don't celebrate in Germany, but I'm not going to have a live stream tomorrow because I'll be celebrating with my family. No, Jerome, there's just one example back in 2020 when there was like the Thanksgiving massacre, when there was a bloodbath in cryptos. But no, they don't always go down on Thanksgiving. The volume really comes down low because most Americans are not even looking at charts and not trading at all. So the volume ticks down, which makes it really susceptible to taking out leverage trades. So you can look for that. You can look for that. Steve asks, why did I pick Doge as my primary? Because of it's fun, because of Elon Musk's involvement, and the potential there, again, as a currency that can be used to not only help me, but others, like get away from the banks. Don't like banks. Do not like banks at all. They're a necessity right now, but that's slowly going to get stripped away. And Doge is going to be a big part of it. So anyway, so that is why. That is why. Yep. Things don't come easy. And a lot of people with crypto, they just see how things have traded in the past and they think it's really easy. I just go in and I buy this thing and it goes to the moon and I make $1 million. It's not as easy as that. It's absolutely not as easy as that. Some people do get lucky like that though. Low roller, am I going to use crypto profits into SPY? No, I'm buying a house, low roller. We are buying a house, no mortgage. That's our goal. I already have a very nice 401k retirement plan that's in Vanguard and Russell, and it has been doing very, very well. It's been doing very, very well. So I'm good on the retirement side. So yeah, I'm booking most of my profits in crypto and just rolling it into the real estate. Now, might there be some left over? Maybe. Would I put it back into crypto? Probably not until like 2026, just to see whether we indeed have a bear market or not. But that's my plan. Allison thinks Peanut is bottoming soon. That's what people say on those tokens that have continual sell-offs. It looks like it's bottoming soon, and then the bottom just keeps getting lower and lower and lower. Doesn't always happen that way, but that's what Peanut looks like to me. So I'm going to answer about XRP again. Remember, Pepe dropped 90%, and then they came back. So Peanut Squires, you may have to wait. Exactly. Hey, Yili. When you transfer crypto to a wallet, the platform lost track. Yes. So when you transfer back to the platform to sell, how do we know that we sell on one platform and the ones we transfer back? Only you can keep track of that. That's your job. That's your job to keep track of that. And as I've shown before, I use a spreadsheet. Here's my spreadsheet. And so let's say I were to transfer like, half of this Dogecoin off of Coinbase onto a wallet. I would just put it in my spreadsheet. I would add another column, said that's what I transferred. But I know when I bought it, the number of coins, the price, what my buy cost was of all of that, and I keep track of that. So then if I transfer all that to a wallet, let's say a Ledger Nano S Plus, for instance, I know where those coins are and I keep track of it. So that's your job as a crypto investor, to keep track of your coins, however you do it. Again, I use the spreadsheet. Now, the spreadsheet is available on my Patreon. So if you're a member of my Patreon, you can have this spreadsheet and you can use it to fill in your coins. But I mean, it's tedious, right? You got to go in and you got to log in each purchase, which you should also already have a record of from your exchange. And you go in and you do each one. And then you can track your own coins on your own spreadsheet. So that's what I do. Altcoin season is starting, but not on pump.fun. No, not on the tokens. Right now, it's ETH. It's the big blockchains. Those are the ones the rotation goes into, right? There are probably some pump fund tokens that are doing well, but on the most part, the money right now is flowing into ETH and other big time alts. Then it'll probably go to some of the smaller alts. And then eventually all those meme tokens will follow again. And there'll be a bunch of new ones. And they'll go crazy. That's what we saw in 2021 with like Sheeb and Doge, Elon Mars. They came near the end of that 2021 bull cycle. That's when those were created. But right now, all the attention is on ETH and these large other blockchains that are moving now after being beaten down for so long. That's what we're seeing. Let me get caught up on the chat, guys. Sorry, I missed a lot. Vishnu, I will be doing price targets for Doge. I'll do my 1 month on Sunday. And then on January 1st, I'll do my outlook for all of 2025. So look for that. GameStop, $30 now. Low roller. GameStop is now $30.87. ETH will hit 4K tonight. 4K is a bit of a stretch tonight. We're not seeing that kind of movement in ETH, like it's a meme coin. No, won't hit 4K tonight, most likely. Yes, the Department of Government Efficiency is going to audit the IRS. Isn't that awesome? I think it's great. The Justice Department, the IRS, and all that, they must be freaking out now. All the stuff that they just did behind closed doors that nobody knows about. Elon's been talking about like revising the tax code lately. It's like, wow. You're going to retire in 10 years, Carl? Good luck. I'll be retired in less than that. How much peak did I buy? Synergy asks. How much peak did I buy? Let me look. Let me look on my personal spreadsheet, which I have down here. And how much peak did I buy? Let me find my peak line. I've got 13,000 peak tokens, 13,220. So it was around, what, $4,000 worth, just under? That's what I bought. Again, small part of my overall portfolio, but something that looked to me like something to invest in. So. God's Mystery, thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Doge, dollar, December, makes sense. $1.10 by New Year's. And then January 20th, $1.50. It's all good. Will Doge get to $1 by the end of the year? I'm going to be talking about that on Sunday, so look for that. I got to do a little bit more thinking and research about it before I answer that question. So that'll come out on Sunday. But that's a very optimistic view. $1.50 Doge would be awesome. I'll take it. I'll enjoy some profits. Peak is already being used on Tesla fleets in Amsterdam. Anda has done some research here on Peak. Again, get into something really early. You bought ADA at 58 cents, and now you're up 100%. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice, Sunset? Nice, nice, nice. Bindi is concerned. How can we ease Bindi's concern? Bought at 41 cents. Look what's happening. We're in this sideways channel. 41 is just right inside the channel. Something's brewing down yonder. ETH is pumping. Again, typically we see, And this happened last cycle. ETH went on a big run. The large altcoins first followed, and then the smaller altcoins like VeChain and Harmony One and a bunch of others went on big runs into like March and April 2021. And then Doge went crazy again. So again, that was the 2021 cycle. Buy Doge, support. So Andrew, if you join here, you will be available to get some of this 75,000 Doge. But you don't get that spreadsheet. That spreadsheet is on Patreon because that's the only way I have to send it out. I can't post anything on YouTube for people to download. So that's on my Patreon, which is a separate thing. I've not really looked into Phantom. It just wasn't one of my, crypto projects that I was looking at, and I've got way too many different cryptos in my portfolio now. I'm not adding anything else. The peak was one of the last ones, and it's just like, okay, I'm good. I'm good now. I can't add any more. Peanut the Squirrel was listed on Uphold today. And what did it do? It's in the red today. So no effect getting listed on Uphold. No effect. While everything else is in the green, Peanut is in the red today. Exactly, Volks. Well, yeah, Peanut Uphold yesterday, also a red candle. Ethereum will run, then go into alts. That's, yep. Okay, Doge is not pumping. I didn't say Doge was going to pump today. I didn't say that. Yeah, I mentioned Pepe. We looked at the chart. Pepe's coming back today. It's starting to grow back up. Nice green candle today, up 8%. That's pretty good. Had 5 consecutive red days, but that's pretty good recovery back happening with Pepe. Again, Elon's your father. Again, Pepe is, are we going to get back up to 25? We're just now like 19.8, almost 20. We'll be watching that. Yes, Doge is an altcoin. Everything that isn't Bitcoin is an altcoin. So there's Bitcoin, and then altcoins are alternatives to Bitcoin. That's where the name altcoin came from. So everything else that's not Bitcoin is an altcoin. Isaac's bad at math. The market cap when we hit $1, $146 billion. Why do I say that so fast? Because there's 146 billion Dogecoins. Actually, it's about to flip to 147. It's 146.9. So it'll be 147. So Dogecoin is $1. That would be a $147 billion market cap, which would put Doge right here in third place after Bitcoin and Ethereum. That makes sense to me. That does not seem too far out of the question. $1 Doge, Bitcoin number 1, ETH number 2, Dogecoin number 3. That makes sense to me. Dogecoin number 3. So Dogecoin to $1 is not crazy. Now SHIB to $1, forget that. That's even SHIB to a penny is unrealistic. Some people just don't do the math to figure out what the market cap will be. Bitcoin is about to break $2 trillion. That's right, $2 trillion. While the total market cap of all cryptos is 3.27, and it's about to hit 3.36 again, which is its all-time high, which it just hit on Saturday. But Bitcoin is 2 trillion of that 3.36 trillion, and all the altcoins are everything else. So that's what's going on. Is a wallet required to receive crypto? Yes, if you join the channel, you need to have a Dogecoin wallet address that I can transfer the Dogecoin to you. You need a Dogecoin wallet. You can just go onto the MyDoge app or Trust Wallet. You can create a Doge wallet on Trust Wallet. Either of those would be fine. They'll create a Dogecoin wallet for you for free, and then that's where the Doge goes that I will transfer to all the channel members. So yes, you need a wallet. Elijah got more Doge, Pepe, and Sheeb today. Wow. You are ready on the meme side for huge profits. Gavin wants to look at Bohm. Bohm has been sleeping. Bohm has not moved much. Just been sleeping. You can just hit our buy target here of 0086, and now it's at 0089. Just hit 009. I'd like to see it get back up a penny. I don't know why that red line is there. Get back up over a penny and then move forward. That'd be great. Yeah, I use Exodus Wallet as well, Jesus follower. I use Exodus Wallet for tokens that I have staked. That's a great place for that. So Cardano, Algorand. I used to have Solana on there, but I sold it and I swapped it for Cardano. And I have my VeChain on there, collecting VeThor tokens every day. And that's on Exodus Wallet. So Exodus Wallet is really good for staking some of those coins. That's what I use it for. I don't use my ledger for staked tokens. I don't want my ledger. This is where the bulk of my crypto is, and I don't want this connected to anything. Don't want it connected to anything. Gary, 5-cent Doge? No, we're not going to see 5-cent Doge ever again. Ever again. I don't know what ARC block is, Karthik. Never heard of it. If Doge hits $1 trillion market cap, what would the market cap of Bitcoin be? $1 trillion market cap. So the price of Doge would be what? $7? Somewhere around there? $7 Doge. Bitcoin would be well up over 500K probably. Which could happen. Don't know. I've heard of eToro. Yep. eToro is, I mean, the eToro thing when they were created was that if you know other people on the platform, you could copy trade them. That was kind of their unique angle. I don't know why you would ever want to copy trade someone else. You should take your own responsibility for your buys and sells and not copy trade. But eToro does have a licensing agreement with Elon Musk's X. So you can go into the search and you can type in any ticker like $Doge. And you'll get this little pop-up right here. And the pop-up is a chart. Shows the current price, shows the chart over the last 24 hours. We're up 4.75% over the past 24 hours. And then they have this link right here, which says view on eToro. So you can click on that and it'll take you right to the eToro site. So eToro pays X for that, but provides X with, this little chart here, which is kind of cool. So there's a relationship there. Now, is this going to grow into something that could mean you could actually buy crypto directly on X? But in the back, it's really an eToro account? Maybe. There could be something like that. I do not have an eToro account myself, but that's what I know about eToro. Give the Doge a boom. If in doubt, zoom out. I don't know what a 00 token is, FXR. Carl, do you think it's safe to only keep your crypto on Coinbase Exchange? We've talked about this a number of times, and it's really up to you. Again, if you keep your crypto on an exchange, you're just investing in the price. You don't actually own the crypto. If you want to be a crypto owner, you believe in cryptocurrency, you want to debank, right? You don't like the banks, then you get a wallet and you transfer your crypto to a wallet. Also depends on what your time horizon is. If you're a trader, then you really don't use a wallet. You just use on exchange and you're just trading the price, trying to make money. There's a lot of people who do that. But if you're going to be a long-term holder and you're buying into cryptocurrency because you believe in 5 and 10 years, like cryptocurrency is going to be 100, 1,000 times more than it is now, and you're just going to hold and hold and hold, why keep it on the exchange? You should own it. You don't know what's going to happen to that exchange over time. So you can think about that. Confirmation of Bonk listed on Robinhood. I have not heard that yet. I've heard rumors. They'll let you know when it starts trading. They'll let you know. I haven't really priced out Sui in the next 6 months, Doge. I haven't done that. How does the stacking work, Demi? Stacking. Stacking is kind of just like adding to your bag. You already own some crypto and you buy more. That's called stacking. I think that's what you mean. If it's something different, let me know. Doge Runner, you use eToro, right? Jason, I just showed that partnership, but thank you for letting people in the chat know. Well, we said no to 5 cents. How about 10 cents? Aesthetic, I think we have to see how high it goes in the bull market, and then we can start predicting maybe bottoms in the bear market. But right now, if you can copy trade the stock portfolio of Nancy Pelosi, that's a win. I'll bet if they had a Nancy Pelosi stock tracker on eToro, people would be copying that. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I don't know anything about Decentraland and VR. I can't help you with that. CalFam, you want to take a look at Pepe? Sure. Thanks for the super chat. So let's dive into a little more Pepe. We did just look at it. I had predicted, and I'll just zoom out a bit here. And so Pepe went on this big run just over a week ago. I guess that's almost 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Pepe was down here at about 13 and it doubled in price. Did like 25. And that was in 1 day. And when it peaked there, we were talking about it and it started to come back down. And then I predicted, again, we would have these 3 bumps down. Have you seen that before? Yes, Bitcoin Dominance did the 3 bumps. Peanut the Squirrel did the 3 bumps, right? Those 3 bumps down happen again and again and again. And so here it did exactly. 3 bumps happened, and then it turned around and came back up. Once it came back up and came back down again, we charted it and we came up with this pennant. And the pennant to me just looked like how Pepe was trading compared to other tokens and coins at the time. I predicted that this would not be a bullish pennant and we would not see a break to the upside. Instead, we would break down to the downside. That's what I predicted. I drew this white line, and that's exactly what Pepe did. So Pepe dropped down. So then it was, what does Pepe do from there? And I thought it was going to eventually drop further, at least down to 17, if not maybe to this red line of 15, because that 15 was the resistance in those first 2 bumps there that Pepe had. So I said, okay, 15, maybe it comes down and it retests 15 because there was this big gap here that we drew that circle in white. So there was that big gap there. So maybe Pepe would come down and refill that gap. And it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. We came close to 17 here yesterday, but hit about 17.3 at the bottom, and today is moving back up. So I don't know yet of certainty on how, again, I think this is still overbought for a meme token like it is. But Pepe has surprised me so far on how it's performed. But we'll continue to watch it. We will continue to watch it. But thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. You're looking for a buy point, Brian? Yeah, so we were talking buy points on Monday because things were going down. But you're asking me on Wednesday when things started going back up. I can't predict the future. The little graph we have here, which is the sort of, again, looking at how Doge has traded before, we could see Doge drop down a little lower before going up higher. And Bitcoin, with its fractal, kind of shows another dip too happening maybe this weekend. So maybe this weekend, you might see a dip. Again, that's just if it trades similar to how it traded last year. Again, no guarantees. No guarantees, but there was a dip last year on Thanksgiving, a little bit. We had some worse ones back in 2020, but we had other years when it actually went up on Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is a little suspect this year because of all the leverage trading that's been going on, that the market makers and exchanges for crypto could look at that as an opportunity to drop prices again and wipe out more long leverage trades. We'll see how that plays out. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some lower prices. So Lenny's, it depends on where you live. About exchanges, I'm in the United States, and I use these 3 exchanges right here: Crypto.com, Robinhood, and Coinbase. And that's it. I do not use any other exchanges. That's it, just those 3. I have links in the description below for all those 3 because I only support things that I actually use. So no FEMEX or BitGet or any of those, which some you can't even trade on from the United States, or if you do, you have to use a VPN or something, and I'm not getting involved in that. I'm not touching that. Turkey tomorrow, yes. All-time highs tomorrow? Maybe not. Have a great Thanksgiving too. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mark says, I feel like the past few weeks woke everyone up, but now the excitement still palpable, leveling off. Do you see things cooling down a little? Right now, I just see pretty much nothing but good news, which is going to keep prices pretty level. Again, there could be some dips, but I don't see the big rockets happening quite yet. Oh, you meant staking. Okay, Cohen. You're like stacking. And I was like, yeah, stacking. Yes, there's a lot of staking available. And again, it's tokens. You can't stake Dogecoin. If you see anyone who's like advertising staking your Dogecoin, stay away. Most likely a scam. Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. There's no staking of Doge. But other projects like the new Ethereum, proof of stake, Cardano's ADA token, proof of stake, Algorand is proof of stake. You can buy tokens and then you can stake them. And by staking them, you earn additional tokens by doing that staking. And it helps secure the network by doing that. So it's a good thing to support the network. Like Algorand, I've got a lot staked. And that allows me to be on the governance board, vote on petitions, what they want to spend, marketing money on and all that. If you're staking, then you can vote on all that stuff. That's how Algorand works. Now, some others, you're just staking just to secure the network and you're not voting on or anything. You're not involved at all. You're just staking and earning the extra tokens. Like my VeChain, I have staked and I earn VThor tokens. There's no voting going on. There's nothing else. It just helps secure the network. So if I take my crypto from Robinhood and send it to a hardware wallet, how should I sell them when the time comes? You transfer them back. But you don't have to transfer them back to Robinhood. You could transfer them to Coinbase or some other exchange if you wanted to. You just have to keep track yourself of where your buy price was for eventual taxes, and then log your sell price. You want to move yours from Robinhood? Yep, you can. Robinhood allows the ability to transfer crypto off of the Robinhood account, which I did to my ledger. So I've got a bunch of Dogecoin here that I bought on Robinhood and transferred it to my ledger. And the price to do that is minimal because Dogecoin's transfer fees are so low. It's practically nothing. Hypertension thinks there's going to be a Thanksgiving massacre tomorrow. That is FUD, FUD, FUD. Dogecoin's still above 40 cents. Red candles on, like, if you're looking at a 5-minute chart, I mean, come on. That's why I'm zoomed out and I'm looking at the bigger picture. 5-minute chart, yeah, there's a few red candles. But today, I'm zoomed out on the daily and we're in green. So I'm not worried. Not worried. You can too predict the future. You do it all the time. Yeah. Predictions. Yeah. Sometimes it's an educated guess, let's say. We can call it that. Educated guess. Badminton Basic, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Small cup and handle. Again, I'm zoomed out. I'm not zooming in on small cup and handles because those happen all the time. But yeah, you could kind of see maybe here on the daily that this is some kind of cup. And then we finish out the handle like that. Sure. Could see that. I don't know what Cheyenne is, Maxim. Is it bad if we retest 34 cents again? I would prefer to stay above 36 here, this purple line. Let's get this fractal out of there. But 34, that would retest where we were on Sunday the 17th on that dip. Would retest that. And if that broke, yeah, that's not pretty. I don't want to see that. But yes, 34 cents was the dip right there on that wick on the 17th of November. Wouldn't want to see that again. And right now there's no signs that something like that is coming. Green candles, time to buy, all in. And you were so bearish yesterday. Everything was dropping and dying, unless you're just trolling me now. Bindi, I can't make recommendations. Buying, selling, any of that. You have to decide when you buy. Do I ever think Dogecoin can get to $5? Eventually, maybe not this bull cycle, maybe next, but I mean, huge things are building up for Doge. And like I said, we're still so early. Fisher, thanks for the super sticker. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. Yeah, I hope I just explained it, Maxim, what staking is. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on the chat here. Steak. Speaking of staking, no, tomorrow's turkey day, not steak day. Turkey. No, you cannot stake Doge through Bitcoin. Energy Trail. If anybody's offering that, don't do it. Don't follow them. No. That's not real Doge. It could be some wrapped Doge or something like that, and do not do it. I do not know how much you can make mining Bitcoin. You have to have some huge ass computers, and you tie into a mining pool. You might get some, you might not. No. What does the Dogecoin trend look like for the next few days? Right now, I'm expecting us to still be within this sideways channel here. And then December 1st on Sunday, I'll do my video looking out the next month. I do not sell from my ledger, Ray. No. Ledger is not an exchange. It's possible to swap your crypto within Ledger Live. I don't do it. I don't do it at all. I only use Ledger Live for the actual transfer process, in or out, and that's it. And then I unplug. I don't have Ledger Live open on any device. I certainly don't have it on my phone. Absolutely not. I don't have an app on my phone for Ledger Live. No. This is about security. You want to secure your crypto. The more you're attached to the internet with your crypto, the more susceptible you are to possible hackers. You don't want that. So when I'm ready to sell, I transfer my crypto from the ledger back to an exchange, and I sell on the exchange. Set up a dedicated computer for crypto work. Exactly. I actually have an old laptop that is off most of the time. That's what I use. Am I concerned about commodities versus securities issue? No. If all crypto is deemed to be under the CFTC, I'm happy. Get it out of the SEC. That's fine with me. Mike, if you move Doge from Robinhood to Coinbase or whatever, it's still 11 cents. That's your buy price on average, no matter when you transfer it. And you still have to pay taxes on the profits from 11 cents. Okay? We have a Polygon fan. Well, Matic, it's now the Pol token. The Matic token is still somehow traded, but it's really the Pol token. You shouldn't be buying and selling Matic anymore. Will there be a Dogecoin ETF? So, just yesterday, a Dogecoin ETP started trading in Sweden. So yes, I do think in the United States is going to have a Dogecoin ETP as well. ETF means exchange traded fund. ETP means exchange traded product. The so-called Bitcoin ETFs are not ETFs. They're really ETPs. Just the media just can't get out of their head this ETF thing. They're really ETPs. So yeah, I think that's going to happen with Doge. So when did I buy Doge? Maxim asks. January 28th, 2021. I'll never forget that day. 2 cents. It's my buy-in price. And I've kept half of that Doge now. The other half I just sold recently, right up here at 42 cents. 42.069 I sold right there on November 12th. It's actually the night of November 11th. And I took some profits. 42.069 right there. First time I've ever sold Doge to book some profit. Again, small part of my portfolio. The other 250,000 Doge that I initially bought, I still have. And I'm waiting for that next run up. The white line that's on the chart now is just a cup and handle. We'll see whether that plays out. 85% chance of Dogecoin ETF. Many times Asia is buying, but many times Asia is selling or Asia is dumping the price. It happens both ways. You're doing steak tonight, rubbed with Montreal steak seasoning. Yeah, we're having a real light meal tomorrow or tonight, really light, because tomorrow's turkey day. We got a lot of turkey, a lot of other stuff to eat, so we're not filling ourselves up tonight. Bowman, but bought Doge at 8 cents. Should I sell? Eventually, you might want to sell some, take some profits. You don't have to sell it all. Again, my strategy, and I just say it over and over again, it's not an all or nothing deal because you don't know what's going to happen to Doge in the future. So maybe think about maybe just selling half of it and taking some profit the next time there's a huge green candle, right? Sell just a little bit of it and keep the rest in the game because you don't know what this is going to do in the future, right? It doesn't have to be all or nothing. When Doge ETF, we will for sure rocket to Mars. You know, pups, the one thing about that is there is no grayscale futures product that already exists. The problem Bitcoin had when it first started, the problem ETH had when it first started, is they were both converted from a futures exchange traded product over to a spot. And there were already a lot of holders. And with that futures thing, whatever it was, they couldn't sell. They were locked from selling. So then as soon as it started trading as a spot, they could then sell their positions. And that's why we saw, especially the ETH one this summer, why it tanked so much when it first started. I'll bet now the ETH ETF's going up a lot, and there's going to be a lot of buyers because of all the attention now on ETH. Whenever there's big green candles like that, that'll get the attention of ETF buyers. Absolutely. I'll bet today and tomorrow there's huge buying of ETH ETF. When Doge starts, there is no futures product already. So it starts clean. So it's all buying right from the start, no selling. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Miners make money from mining Bitcoin, but also keep the ledger up to date. Every time a miner unlocks the key to a transaction, miners get rewarded. Yep, same for Doge. Same for Dogecoin. They're validating the transactions on the blockchain as a proof of work cryptocurrency. And if you get awarded for that block, you get that Doge, or in your case, Bitcoin. It's very rare that an individual miner gets a Bitcoin award, but it does happen. I think there's been a couple of them this year where an individual miner got a Bitcoin reward. That's a sweet payday. Mostly they're the big companies like Riot and Marathon and CleanSpark. They've got a big majority of the percentage of Bitcoin rewards. And there's other mining pools as well, where you could add your computer to a network of other computers. And you get a share then when that mining pool gets rewarded. So that's out there too. You're welcome, Ray. Appreciate it. Is it possible for a crypto wallet to fail? Sure, it could fail. It doesn't matter. I could take this ledger device, I could throw it in the ocean, and I wouldn't be bothered, other than I'd be out $79. I have to buy another one. Well, except for, again, the Black Friday sale that's going on, right? Oh, I didn't tell you guys about the Black Friday sale today. Should have told you guys earlier. Black Friday sale. That's going on. Ledger. So now it would only cost me to replace it. Well, again, the purple, the green, and the retro are out of stock. So I could get a BTC orange one for $55. Or I could replace my matte black one for $59. The reason I wouldn't be worried is because there's no crypto on this. This doesn't really hold any crypto. It has essentially an app for each coin that you hold on there and a pointer that sort of points to the blockchain and says, you know, this guy owns that crypto. That's what this does. But it's all secured by a passphrase, a number of random words. That's your key phrase. So if this stopped working for any reason, car ran over it, crunched it, it ended up, you know, at the bottom of a swimming pool because I had it in my pocket, you know, forgot to take it out, whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't need this. I need my key phrase. So then I get a new one. And instead of starting a new wallet, I instead go to recover an existing wallet and I type in my words, my seed phrase. And then everything is back, just like it was. Hope that helps. If you want to get yourself a ledger like I have a link in the description below for Black Friday deals. And you can see that the Black Friday deals started on Saturday. Yes, they started on Saturday, and you can already see that the 3 least expensive Ledger Nano S Pluses have already sold out. So, but $59 gets you the same one that I have. Now you could do a Nano X, has some more features. You don't really need it, but some people like the X. Again, the BTC Orange is $104 instead of what's normally $149. Again, the 3 least expensive Nano X's already sold out. So there's a lot of demand for these devices. Now, if you don't like, you know, these little slim ledgers and you want something a little more user-friendly, they have a Ledger Flex here, which has a touch screen on it. It costs $249. That's the normal price, but you buy it and then you'll receive $70 worth of Bitcoin for getting that. Now I have a link in the description below, takes you directly to this page. And if you buy one of these from my link, I get a little bonus too. So appreciate the support on that. Samos is here. Crypto Gubber. Learn something new every day, especially on this channel. We do a lot of education here. Some of it is repetitive for some of you guys, but maybe it's good to hear it again too every now and then, right? It's the same thing. ETP and ETF are the same thing. It's just that ETF is a fund, an ETF, exchange traded fund. Bitcoin is not a fund. Bitcoin is just a product. So it should actually be labeled ETP. It's really the same thing. You're basically buying into something without actually buying it. You're calling your broker, right, at BlackRock, if you're some fancy investor, right? And you just say, get me some of that Bitcoin. And so they buy the Bitcoin ETP, which everyone mistakenly calls an ETF. And then BlackRock then has to, in the background, actually has to go and buy the Bitcoin because they have to have in their wallet a one-to-one accounting for everything that's bought in their ETP. That's how it works. How much should BTC go up after the ETFs? Great question. So Bitcoin ETF started in January. So it was this big run right here. This was the big run in this. Bitcoin was trading at about 39,000 and it went all the way up to 72,000 on that run, about 86%. 86%. It went up. And that was over just under 2 months. It might have started a little bit before then, actually, and there was some trade-offs first, right? The selling. I don't remember the exact day, but we can check, right? We can just go to Google. We can say, hey, Google, when did Bitcoin ETF start trading? January 10th. Well, there you go. So it was January 10th. Yeah, so Bitcoin was up here. So when Bitcoin started trading their ETF, the price actually went down about 14%. About 14% over 2 weeks. The price dipped down. Again, that was the selling from those futures holders that couldn't sell before. So we went down about 14% and then went up 86%. There's a lot of buying of those ETFs happened. Now, good question. But again, Dogecoin does not have one of those futures products. So it would just be all new buyers. I'm going to get that fractal out of here. Come on. Just move that out of the way there. The trading is kind of mimicking the fractal from a year ago for those just joining. It's kind of following almost the same pattern from a year ago. And that's what we've been watching. Yes, meme energy is real. I sold it 420.69. Exactly. Why? Because it's fun? I don't know. It's fun. You're having some pho for dinner. I would like a nice pho. That'd be good. That'd be good. Love that soup. Good stuff. Thoughts on the SHIB price? Jay asks. SHIB's just not doing much. Sideways. And again, this is since the 10th, so this is over 2 weeks now of just sideways trading for SHIB. It's just waiting. It's just waiting. No, I'm not a whale. We were trying to figure out how many Dogecoin really make up a whale. And we ended up with numbers between like 20 million, 50 million Doge would be considered a whale. And I'm not there. It's very easy to transfer Hamiltonian. The one advice I give, especially if you're asking that question, is do a test transfer first. Let's say you want to move 10,000 Doge to a hardware wallet. Let's say off of Robinhood or Coinbase. Don't move all 10,000 at first. Do a trial, like move 20 Doge or 50 Doge or some small number. The fee is so small, it's insignificant. It really is. Well, Coinbase's is a little more because they do charge a little extra fee over the network fee, but Robinhood doesn't. So do a test transfer. transfer 20 Doge over, see what happens. Make sure it's the right addresses. You'll see how easy it is. And then do the rest. You can do it in 2 transfers. So I recommend doing that if it's your first time. Doge and BTC dominance? Sure. So Bitcoin dominance we looked at earlier, and it continues to drop down. So Bitcoin dominance is continuing to drop down, now at 58.37. Doge dominance has been sideways. So Doge is kind of equaling out between ETH and Bitcoin and is just sideways, just below 2%. This is going to turn around. When ETH slows down a bit and Doge takes off, Doge dominance will grow. Thanks for asking. XRP questions from Jafar and N. Alden. Take a look at XRP. Sure. Trying to hold $1.50 right now. This was our buy price, $1.36. It hit it a couple times on dips. Now back up right near $1.50. Again, XRP, I wasn't expecting this big run, but again, this came off of the news that Gary Gensler is going to resign as head of the SEC come January. And so a lot of excitement in XRP because they're going to be free of those lawsuits with the SEC. Very bullish for XRP. There's rumors of a lot of other kind of associations and stuff, but all of that, none of that is true. Anything else you hear is not true. XRP isn't being used as a store of reserve anywhere. XRP is not affiliated with Elon Musk and SpaceX. There's a bunch of other rumors out there, and none of it is true. So be careful with the rumors. Be careful what you hear. I sold a little bit of my Doge, Daniel. Less than 10%. Just booked a little profit. Is an average of 38 cents good position for Doge? Well, it's now trading at 40 cents, so you're in profit. It is what it is. You bought it, so now you got it. So now what are you going to do? You're going to add some more? You're just going to watch, hope the price goes up, eventually sell a little for some profit? Everybody's goals are different. Everybody has different price points. Mavo thinks a lot of things are going to the moon. And you know what? When it's pure alt season, if it's anything like 2021, everything was going up. Everything was going up. I mean, look at Cardano. We can pull back and we can look at just the craziness in 2021. All the way up to $3 for Cardano. But it was almost everything then. Solana went all the way from $20 to $264, and it did it again, but took a little longer this cycle so far. Here's Harmony One during that same period. I mean, it was way up here at 37 cents. 37 cents for Harmony One, and now it's trading at 2 cents. Is Harmony One going to get back up to 37 cents? No. Just crazy trading. I put this yellow line at 20 cents, and that was my target when I bought it, but I'm thinking it may not even get up that high because that'd still be like a 10x from here. So, but yeah, there was so much crazy trading of alts in 2021. I kind of think it's hard to believe that we're going to have that much going on this cycle. But you never know. You never know. But sure, yeah, like XLM, Polygon, XRP, sure. all of it could end up being some really crazy trading. That can happen in pure alt season, and we're not there yet. You've got 220,000 XRP. You got in at 90 cents. If it hits $1.80, you'll sell half at 100% profit. That's not a bad strategy. Doge got you a new day trading computer. Congratulations. Is it a good time to start crypto? Yes. I still think we're early in the whole scheme of crypto. We're still early. Joe, I was waiting for Pepe to drop lower. So it's still about the same price that I sold it at 20. It's at 19.8. I was looking for a price down here between 15 and 17 to buy back in. If I was going to. I don't know if I'm going to still. So might just buy more Doge, right? And Alden also has a little Pepe, a little Sheeb. Looking out 10 years. Say, Marvel, we haven't looked at Say yet today. Say has been on a good run. Good run for Say. We had a buy price of 59 cents. It did hit it on Monday and moved up to 68 cents. So, but it's been on a big run here since the 5th as well. So it's now up 100%. Not bad. Not as good as a Dogecoin or an XLM, but 100% run in less than a month. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know, Kyle, what we're having for dinner tonight. Haven't figured that out yet. It's going to be something light because tomorrow's a big turkey day. It's going to be something light. Something light. No, Maxim, I'm an architect. I have a job, full-time job. And this is what I do on the side. I've always had a side business of something. I was in domain name investing and website building. I did some teaching product PDFs that I still make money off of. And I did clip art stuff, just drawing little figures and selling that online. So I've been doing kind of side businesses for a while. And then I got into the stock swing trading, which then came over to crypto, and that all just blew up. So this is what I do with all of my spare time is this. But yeah, I do have a job. Not a problem, Matafalca. What's up, Jittabagalo? How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Dubs Bestie wants me to look at Prime again. Look at Prime again, sure. I mean, there's so many cryptos. You can't own everything, right? Oh, nice. Nice day today. Awesome. But again, I zoom out and I look at the year or month to date, right? From just before the 5th to now, it's up 90%. Dogecoin has doubled that. Dogecoin has more than doubled that since November 4th. So I'm good with Doge, but good for you having Prime and enjoying 100 or 90% gain in a month. That's awesome. But as we were looking at Doge, well, now, yeah, little Doge is now 149% for the month. But from November 4th, and the dip that was right before the run, well, I mean, if you take it up to the peak up here, it's 230%. To the current price, it's 180%. Current price from November 3rd. But hey, you get 100% in a month. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, Velodrome. It's a long hold, I think, too. And I have a little bit of this. Velo. We did chart 11.3 cents and it never came down and hit it. It's too bullish. This is my average price is 10 cents from when I bought it. Is 10 cents. So now it's at 12 and a half. And now back in March, it screamed up to like 36 cents. So if it gets back up to there, I'm probably booking profit. But that's a 3x from here, 300%. But yeah, we'll continue to watch Velodrome. When I hold Doge, if it hits 60 cents, I'm probably going to take a little sliver of profit. I'm still holding the bulk of my Doge for later. Again, earlier on, we were talking about these. Again, cycle 1, cycle 2, there were these big double pumps in the price that went up huge percentages. This could all still be coming for Dogecoin. I don't want to miss out on that. I'm not selling all my Dogecoin at 60 cents. I want to see whether this happens. I'm going to be in the game $1 or more. So again, my strategy was I'll continue to take slivers of profits along the way at certain prices because I don't want to miss out on that. If I sold all my Doge now and I missed out on $1, $2 Doge, I'd be kicking myself. I'm not going to do that. Again, no guarantees that's going to happen again, but the last 2 cycles it happened. So why not? Why not? Toss picked up some. Happy Thanksgiving to you. XRP is Chris Larson's pension, along with Brad Garlinghouse, for both of them. Will I continue to be live? Yes, Amos. I'm not going anywhere. I'm having fun doing this stuff. So even if I sell half my Doge and like almost all my other crypto, I'll still be here. I'll still be here. China's announcing Bitcoin as personal property. Yeah, I thought they already announced that. It'll be interesting to watch. Yeah. Paul is not overtaking Bitcoin, pups. You bought some chill guy? Good luck. Yeah, we've been watching ETH, Wolf of Brooklyn. We've been watching ETH. Big green candle, just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. How long did it stay at its peak? RKT asks. I don't know which. If you're talking about Doge, it wasn't above 70 cents for very long. They pretty much all ran together, Paolo, after ETH. It was Bitcoin, ETH, and then all the alts went crazy. That was the order. And then the memes followed. Doge, and then there was Sheeb and Doge Elon Mars and a bunch of others. Floki. Those were all at the tail end of the 2021 bull market. There are more Dogecoins now. Yes, because Dogecoin mints new Dogecoins every minute. They're given out as rewards to the miners who are securing the blockchain, validating all the transactions. Yes. So the market cap, if Dogecoin hits 73 cents again, will be much larger than what the market cap was in 2021. Yep. Jasmine is starting to wake up again, Justin. Because it was just floating around 2 cents for a while. We were sort of looking at this sort of triple top here back in October. So we had this triple top. It broke down lower, but finally came up over 2 cents and then bounced twice. I could actually draw that. where it bounced twice, sort of retesting 2 cents as support. And then sort of a classic, then moves up. So this is looking great for Jasmy. Again, had a big green candle up, came back down, retested new support at 2.35, and now is moving up higher. So this is a really good looking chart that Jasmy has. Very good looking chart. I hope it gets back up over 4 cents where it was back in June and even goes higher. Jasmy certainly has the ability to do that because it's kind of meme coin-like, although it's not really a meme coin. It'll be interesting to see. The other one that's been going up is Cadena. Anybody Cadena holder? Look at that. Green, 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 green. A week of green candles up on Cadena. For any of you Cadena holders. Whew. I don't own any Cadena. I don't know what's ever going to happen with this project, but there's a lot of people buying it right now. The other one I like is Aave. Aave just continues. Look at this, just going up and up and up since August. Aave is just huge, and I do own Aave. So any Aave holders, you're enjoying that. Cadena got put on Binance, Jungle Buoy. Well, that would explain it. That would explain it. So that's why Peak could be a huge thing. Peak gets put on Binance. Look out. Thanks, Jay. I drank a Budweiser with my name on it. Another new member, Paolo Nardi. Paolo, thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate it. I don't mind any Doge. I might look into it next year, but I'm here in Boston. My electricity bills are really high. The cost for a kilowatt hour of power in Boston is like some of the highest in the nation. So the payoff isn't great. So I don't know. But this bull market, I hold over 20, which is way too many. I couldn't keep track of them all. I won't do that again. I don't only shill Doge, Frezzo. Not at all. I own mostly Doge, but I talk about a lot of other crypto projects, and I own a lot of other crypto projects. So let's keep it real. Keep it real. Bagalo, FOMO is a beautiful thing. We need to get another FOMO rally. Can you put a tweet out that you're going to be Elon Musk's assistants? Can cryptos merge? Well, Jason, we did have that with those AIs, right? Those AI cryptos, Fetch, Ocean, and Singularity all merged together. So it's possible, but those are only for tokens. You can't do that with proof of work cryptocurrencies like Doge because they all have their own blockchains. You can't merge blockchains together. Ethereum Classic. I would like to think it's going to $100, Mohammed. That's my target. ETH Classic is $100. Now it's at 31. Look at that. ETH Classic is having a nice day today. It's almost a 33, which would be a third of the way there to 100. We get into a big altcoin, like huge pump. ETH Classic, $100. That's nice. That is nice. Happy Thanksgiving, pork chop, to you as well. Thank you, AJ. Appreciate it. So my take on this was in 2021, I had that 500,000 Dogecoin that I bought at 2 cents, rode it all the way up to 73 and didn't sell any, didn't take any profits because I thought Dogecoin was going to $1, which just about everybody thought in 2021, Dogecoin to $1. Didn't take any profit. And even when it started going back, we all thought, well, it's just a pullback. It's going to go higher, still going to recover. So I still have it, except for the profit taking I just took. So this cycle, I'm taking profits, and I'm not waiting for $1 or $2. No. Just taking little slices out. ApeCoin. I don't know. The whole NFT thing could become a craze again. You never know. Yep, Mopi, y'all better be taking profits. I agree. Right now, I'm not seeing Doge drop below 35 cents. Too much support right now. I mean, we can almost start to look at this sort of upward trend of support right here, right? From the 12th of November to the 17th of November to the 26th of November, right? Connecting those 3 wicks. That looks pretty strong to me. Upward support line. For those that can't see the wicks on your screen, that's there, there, and there. That looks pretty strong. Head and shoulders, not really. Again, I like the cup and handle analogy better that we drew. That looks better. Pepe is just a meme token. So if there's big enough community supporting it and enough buyers keeping it up, it'll stay up. Happened with Sheeb. Yeah, keeping it real. Sheeb's not doing much yet. Not doing much, but it will. I think it will at some point in time. I'm just waiting. Fisco wants to look at AMP. Sure. Was AMP one that we looked at last time? No, we did not look at AMP. So we didn't put a line on AMP. It would be about 485 would be the line there. Just kind of judging different coins on the pullback that we had on Tuesday. Just having these blue dotted lines just allows me to be able to quickly compare on dips. AMP moving up today, 18%. Again, I thought this was a dead project, but people still buy it, obviously. That's a good pump for AMP. 18% in a day. Will a Doge retrace happen? Greenfish. We just had one. I mean, dude, we just had it from 48 cents all the way down 20%. There's your retrace right there, 20%. And now we're moving back up. Cadena means chain in Spanish. We'll be sort of mapping out Doge in the future when we think there'll be a peak. And that'll be on January 1st. We're going to do that. Aave, exactly. Aave's been doing great. Sheeb isn't directly tied with ETH. It's a token made on ETH, but it kind of trades on its own. A lot of times it follows Dogecoin, but it can go on its own runs as well. That Coin Bureau video on Dogecoin, Michael, Had some things on it near the end that I wasn't too sure about. The whole China thing, it's like it was all speculation. There was no proof of any of that. So I don't really believe that. But a lot of the other things he talked about that were real, it's pretty bullish. Kind of surprised that he and Guy don't actually hold any Doge. I was surprised to hear that. It's like, why doesn't the Coin Bureau guys actually hold any Dogecoin? That surprised me. It's like, dudes, you should be holding Doge. Aren't you buying Dogecoin, Can-Am, Kriss? You should be buying Dogecoin, not financial advice. AI technology-based predictions, throw them out the window. Throw them out the window. Everyone that I've seen has been wrong. I make much better predictions than any AI does. I do. You want to get away from Robinhood? You can do it. That's pretty good timing, Pareto. Took profit on Cody, rolled it into Cadena. Nice. A. Farrell from Ireland. Thank you. There's some BNB fans. There's a lot of BNB fans in the US. The problem is we can't use Binance here. There's no Binance in the US. So BNB tends to be more of a worldwide token and not really talked about much here because of no Binance. Now there's a Binance US, but it's relatively little used now. Keeping it real. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So that's what we got for today, guys. Thank you very much. Again, Thanksgiving tomorrow. I might have a video out in the morning. We'll see what's going on. And then I'll be live again Friday afternoon, probably about 3 o'clock I'll be starting. So join in on the next live stream. Again, keeping it real here. I hope everybody has a great holiday if you're here in the United States. Around the world, just enjoy the Thursday as well. I think it's going to be some pretty light trading. Volume is going to tick down. Again, may make it susceptible to some taking out some leverage trades. We'll see how that goes. Till then, we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.